Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. Congrats to Magomed on a big win. Um, I'm not too surprised about how this fight went. I felt like if Pereira didn't knock him out at some point in this fight, he probably wasn't going to win. Uh, but I am surprised at how too focused he was on trying to get leg kicks, and he was too busy on trying to be a counter striker. Because that's how he's won a lot of his fights. He usually doesn't go into a brawl mode like that. But he definitely needed to do that. Now, if he had done that, do I think he would have won that fight? Who knows? But he obviously saw something last night that he didn't like when he fought Magomed. Magomed's the real deal. He was, you know, what I was most impressed with him was he learned from his fight 2 years ago with Jan Blachowicz. He took a lot of leg kicks. He took a lot of unnecessary damage in a fight that could have gone his way, where it went to a draw. He knew, you could tell how Dana White was acting after the fight. He didn't act mad with him, but he kind of like just gave him the belt and said, "Here." He wasn't happy about putting that belt around him again. I mean, he knew most likely he was not going to get a third title fight, So, and it took him a long time to get this fight. So, yeah, I don't think he's losing anytime soon. For Pereira, I mean, I don't know what happened. Again, he was too focused on trying to catch him instead of just being a little bit more aggressive. Personally, and I still stand by this, I feel like if it was a brawl, most likely Pereira, would get the better of it, But again, he it is what it is. Now I will say that I was a little impressed by Pereira's takedown defense. He was able to stop a few takedowns, but I mean, I personally feel he was not aggressive enough. I don't think, and again, Magomed has 10 knockouts in his career. It was possible he could knock out Pereira. I didn't think he would, especially if they both threw a punch at the same time. I think Magomed was most likely to get finished. But I was happy to see it. It was a really good fight. I don't think it was that close as some people are trying to say. Clearly, Pereira was never out of that fight, but he didn't really do a whole lot to, get himself in there. As far as him deserving a rematch, I don't know. I mean, he brings money to the UFC. He's one of the more popular fighters, if not the most popular guy. I mean, if John Jones is talking about retiring unless he gets a big money fight and picks you, I mean, that says a lot. Now, John Jones thinks he can beat him because of his style. But, yeah, I mean, that might be next for him. John Jones might still say, hey, I'll fight him anyway, just because of the money. But, yeah, I don't know if he actually deserves it because of how he fought, but because Dana White's a business guy and because the UFC is all about money, not necessarily who deserves it, I will say Pereira probably will get an immediate rematch. As far as who wins, I don't know. I'm not making that prediction. But Pereira probably will get it just because of his name. Just because, and again, I mean, as far as accomplishments, he does deserve it. But as far as how he looked, I don't know. But again, he's beaten every other top light heavyweight contender. So there's kind of nobody else in line except Pereira. So it makes sense.